Today, I'm going to be showing you my top 5 trap exercises for building up those boys as big as possible. Check it out. Okay, exercise number 1 is an easy one, and all you're gonna need for this one is a simple pair of dumbbells. So I want you to start light, like I'm gonna demonstrate for you here right now. So just grab something light and let's begin with that. Okay, so I'm starting here and I'm using only a 35-pound dumbbell. Now, the reason we're using such a light amount of weight is just so that we can ensure we're getting a ton of trap activation and we're not just swinging the weight, because there's nothing worse than that when you're trying to target the traps. So we're gonna pick up both dumbbells, right? And now what most people normally do when they're doing a shrug is just simply up and down, up and down. Now that's cool, but if you want a little bit more trap activation, then what I'm gonna want you to do here is not just up and down, but back, up and down, back, up and down. And by doing this, as I've mentioned, you're gonna get even more trap activation because you're gonna be getting portions of the trap that run down the backs of your shoulder blades. Oh yeah, and one more small tip. When you're performing the shrug, I want you to really hold it up there for about a second just to emphasize the targeting on those trap muscles. The next exercise we got here is the good old barbell shrug. This exercise is phenomenal because with it, you're able to actually overload the trap muscles a significant amount because of how much you can simply load onto the bar with this. So this one's a classic. However, each time you're doing this, ensure that you're getting as much scapular activation by squeezing the hell out of those shoulder blades and lifting those shoulders nice and high, making sure to emphasize the lift by holding it for a half second to a full second up at the top. Bring it up nice and slow and under control, and bring it down in a slow and controlled motion. We're never just thrusting here. Slow and under control. All right, the next exercise we've got here is also super terrific for hitting the traps, and this one here is the upright row. So in order to perform this exercise, you're gonna be lifting the bar up to about face level, making sure to retract the scapula in order to activate the traps. I want this to come up nice and controlled, hold for half of a second, and then slowly return the weight back down. So the next exercise we're gonna be getting here is also an upright row. However, as opposed to using a barbell, we're gonna be using a dumbbell, which is something I prefer more than using a barbell, simply because left can independently move from your right. Therefore, you're having to do a lot of a balancing act, which will engage a lot more muscle fiber in the traps. Again, though, I want you to be careful not to use too much weight. Overloading weight on an exercise like this is gonna put your rotator cuff in a huge position to get seriously injured. So start light, work up with a high number of reps, get comfortable with the exercise, and if you feel prepared, then move up with more weight. All right, and now we're getting on to our 5th and final exercise, the face pulls. One of my favorite exercises for targeting the traps. And what's great about this exercise is you can use it either with a band or with a cable. It's totally dependent on what you prefer and what equipment you have available. So similarly to what we've been doing with all the other exercises, we're gonna emphasize the traps by squeezing the hell out of our scapula, aka our shoulder blades, performing a high number of repetitions, and man, oh man, you're gonna really burn out those traps from this one. All right, and there you guys go. Those are my top 5 trap exercises that you can do yourself to build up your traps as big and as bad as you possibly can. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up down below, and also be sure to subscribe for weekly workout tips and nutrition tips that you won't wanna miss. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, the next exercise we have is also terrific for activating the traps, and this one is the